We walked the 2 blocks down there 2 and 3 times daily to check the water level. We're on the Murray, but the Goulburn comes in to the east of town and the Campaspe comes in near the middle of town. After such significant rain events as Victoria had had, all 3 rivers were on the move towards us. For someone like me, it was a perfect time to walk to the end of my street down to the levee bank and to take progress photos of the rising Murray River. I couldn't do much else. Letting the camera have its head, trying out all the automatic filter effects. I practiced some intentional camera movement shots to fill in the time as day by day the water slowly rose. The grass was lush, bright, fresh green through the bush after a wet winter. We kept hearing predictions about a hot, dry fire season ahead. Rochie people had a lot to contend with. The water came across farmland, inundating farms, houses, sheds, animals, everything between the towns as well as the towns and smaller townships. Houses in some parts of Echuca were inundated, but not the whole town. The paddle boats were as high as the wharf. Media reports, although accurate, presented the idea that Echuca was flooding. People from all over Australia were calling us. We weren't flooded, but they thought we were. Trucks bringing sand, people filling sandbags, fire trucks lined up ready to pump water out of harm's way. Emergency services came from great distances to prepare for the worst, knowing that 2 more rivers had water heading in Echuca's direction. Levees where levees had not been before. Some down the middle of streets, leaving houses on the wrong side of the levee. There were some interesting sandbagging. Thankfully it wasn't put to the test. Sandbags everywhere. We just didn't know what to expect. People worked long and hard to keep the Campaspe water pumped clear. The Murray was high, but not at peak level yet. The Goulburn was yet to arrive at the Murray Junction to the east of Echuca. The best we could do was keep out of the way. The Campaspe River came first. It flooded Rochester, then continued on towards Echuca, arriving about 3 days after it flooded Rochester. Once the Rochester residents were allowed back in to check their houses, the muddy clean-up began. All household goods were dumped onto nature strips for removal. Flooring first, then the walls were stripped and plaster cut to a high level, clear from electricity, and to prevent mould taking over.